Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. Today is an absolutely gorgeous sunny day. I think it's even 70 degrees out, which is a first. And so I'm going to do this kayak video, and hopefully it will be somewhat entertaining. And actually, I usually tell Sheppy to just get in the boat, but he got in by himself when I just launched the kayak, and I did have to put Maggie in, but she'll get used to it after a while, like she always does every summer. So I'm going to take you for a short paddle. I don't know if the bugs will be bad, but I'll show you how well behaved they are in the kayak and my beautiful, beautiful area here of where I live. And so I do need to get in myself and pick up my paddle. So I apologize. This is a little bit shaky. And they are so good. They sit here and wait for me. The trick is to get Maggie off my seat so I can sit there. And they're so good. They know how to do it anyway. And so off we go. And let's see. I'm going to show you what a tight fit it is in here. But these dogs are so good and so well behaved that I really am impressed. And I think it's because they know me so darn well, and they trust me, and I trust them. So I'm going to try to hold my phone and paddle at the same time. And this will be the most challenging part, because we're still not completely floating yet. But where there's a will, there's a way, and off we go. These dogs are so darn cute. Now, when I first got Sheppy, he was only about 6 months old from the shelter, and I was traveling around the U.S. With my truck and camper, and I had this kayak. And the first time we went out, of course, Maggie was used to the kayak, but Sheppy just jumped right in, like he'd been doing it all along. And of course, I believe that's his personality, because he really is easygoing. But over time, he's just been an absolute joy to have. And yes, I'm trying to paddle with one hand, which is kind of impossible with a kayak, but somehow I'm managing it. And I'm going to put one foot over here to help balance us out. And today is May 2028, and there is nobody out here. Now, I do have neighbors. They're about 10 acres away, and sometimes I see them out here, but not all that often. And very, very rarely I'll see a very small motorboat come up, but not very often either. And I really believe that's because there's so many places to go up here in Maine. There's so many little inlets. And yes, this is the ocean. Straight ahead, between those two pieces of land on either side, and I think I've mentioned this before, that is an island straight ahead that one day I would like to explore. Excuse me, but I'm not going to do that in my kayak because that's really too far to go. I do plan on buying a rowboat, and Saw one down at the harbor the other day that was just perfect, but it wasn't for sale. So I think what I'll do is just put an ad in the paper, the local paper, and ask if anybody's got a decent dinghy for sale. And it has to be in good shape, and it has to have the oars. And then I'll probably get a small outboard motor, because there are many, many islands out that way. And I can just go along the shore and stop at various places and create videos, bring a lunch, bring water for the dogs, bring another towel or two in case we go swimming. But the important thing is to keep an eye on the tide and come back before the tide goes completely out, because right now you can see the tide coming in, but this is all mud when the tide is completely out. Now, I don't know if you can see this brown stuff floating in the water, and I was really upset when I first saw it because I thought it was pollution. But someone commented that maybe it's just pollen. So I hope they're right, because I would really hate to think that somehow there was pollution getting into this beautiful area. And it is more noticeable after a storm, and we just had a lot of rain. Sheppy, it's okay. We're not staying out long. And because it's so hot, this is just a short paddle. But I hope it's just pollen. And I would really hate for this beautiful place to be subjected to pollution, although I'm sure it is, unavoidably so. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's my stream in the background. That's gross. I hope it's pollen. And sometimes when I want to go for a paddle and it's too hot, I'll leave the dogs inside, and I'll be really, really quiet so they don't know I'm going. Because if they know I'm going, they'll feel left out and they'll be upset. And honestly, I think they're so well behaved because they trust me. This is beautiful. I see so many people crowding Southern Maine. And yes, it is beautiful down there. It's also extremely expensive. And I think for the most part, since there's really nothing commercial up here, there's very little entertainment, I think it keeps the tourists away. And I hope it always stays like this, because this to me is entertainment enough. And we don't need a McDonald's. We don't need more than the one or two gift shops we have in town. And heck, we don't even have a street light in our town. If there's 4 cars on the road, that's traffic. And that's one reason I moved here. And the other reason is because of this. Because over there is my beach. See all that stuff coming in with the tide? I hope it's pollen. And one day we'll go over there because that's public land. And I'm really curious to see if there's any trails. And so with a kayak, gosh, we can go anywhere. But again, I watch the tides, I watch the weather, and right now we're going against the tide because the tide is coming in, so we're heading out. And I don't think it's really all that important, but I do like knowing that if I did need to come back in a hurry, the current would help bring me back. And even though it doesn't look like it's going very fast, it really is. So I'm actually doing better than I thought, paddling with one hand here. And I'm not sure what kind of fish would be out here. I do want to try fishing one day. And I would need to ask to see if it's safe to eat them, and make sure that this water is clean. And so I suppose the only way to do that would be to get a water testing kit and come out here and test it before I ate any fish. So this is just a short video to show you a bit of our day. And we're going to turn around a bit and go back home. And if I do buy that rowboat, we are going to go way out beyond those 2 jets of land, and we are going to go exploring and see what's on those islands. I did research to see if I could go camping out there, and camping is not allowed. But heck, they wouldn't know I was out there, but still, I'm not going to do it. I know, we're going to go in. They're so good. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching my videos. I so love this channel. If you do bring your dogs in a kayak, do a test run first. Make sure that they are going to sit still like this. And start out in a very shallow area just in case a mishap occurs. Wear your life vest. And I was going to put a life vest on these guys. I did buy one for Maggie, and she absolutely hates it. And she's a good swimmer anyway. So seeing as how we're not really far out at sea, I don't worry about them. So thanks so much, everyone. Please feel free to ask me questions. And I'm going to go back home and work on my rug a little bit. Work on finishing my book, There Is a Something, so that I can start my next one, Solo in the Woods and Caught in the Middle, about being an estranged parent. Gosh, I have so much to do. And I need to work on stacking my firewood. And what else was I going to do today? Just relax, I guess. So thanks so much, everyone. I hope you're all having a really great day. And feel free to comment. Take care.